Change, work in progress. Anyone who wants change, and the change should begin with them. And ones who preach equity must come with clean hands. Good evening, folks. This is a good evening, our evening broadcast and show issues of today. Yeah, this is about time we talk the talk. We bring about issues confronting that are trending in our political space and issues that are confronting with the Liberian people and its government. Only on the Voice of Liberia or issues of today. My name is Gibson G. Fox. This I'd like to welcome all of you to this edition of Issues of Today. We were here yesterday with another fascinating program, edition of the program Issues of Today. The platform that where we speak on the issues void of interest or favor. So wherever you are, we say thank you so much for joining us on the Voice of Liberia. And this is the place where we talk about issues of national concern. Yes, it is what it is on Voice of Liberia, 104.1 FM. And whenever we come here, we speak out issues. I mean issues. Real issues that are confronting the Liberian people. And it's always feels good to be here. Whenever we hear, we talk about the issues of the Liberian people, especially that we are fast approaching the much anticipated October 10th elections, legislative and presidential elections in our country, where we Liberians will be electing in breed of officials. Welcome again, folks. Yeah, this is the Voice of Liberia. Issues of today. Issues of today. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is the program. We talk about issues relative to the growth and development of our country. So, welcome to it, and it's a pleasure to have all of you here this evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And however you're doing it, is also say good evening. Welcome to Issues of Today, your most reliable platform where we talk about issues void of interest and no favor. We speak with consciousness. We speak with consciousness. We speak not because we have a link with certain people and we must protect them at all costs. We speak on the issues, voice of favor, not fear. Yesterday, we talked about the United States of America ambassador to Liberia's press conference, a press statement he issued on the diasporan-based Liberians who use the media, the social media, the electronic media, who used the soil of the American people to disinform people, especially those that are in the country in Liberia. He cautions them that this is not fruitful for this country, in as much that the country wants to progress to another stage in terms of development and more goodies. There is a mean that Liberia themselves need to pay keen attention to what is supposed to be said or what is supposed to be done, and people should not be using the grounds of the American people to instigate violence against our people in Liberia. So many things the ambassador said yesterday about corruption in our country. Yes, corruption in Liberia is on the rampant, is on an increase day to day, and people are doing it because they feel that they would do it and they would go without impunity. They will do things at the end of the day to feel that Liberians or the system, the justice system, or the system that should be more proactive and not picking. At the end of the day, the justice system is not working. So we followed the ambassador press conference yesterday. It was a very amazing one. People felt that, oh, what all the ambassador said, already in the interest of the Liberian people, the ambassador is trying to pick side, and that's where some of it baffles some of us. Like whenever the U.S. government speak through their ambassadors, when it's against the government, people take it for granted and say yes, the American people are doing the right thing. But once the American people come to speak out again against the opposition or actors who might have one way or the other been those that they were indirectly talking to, they say and they take it to be like something that is not that's not profitable, that is not in their interest, so it's not worth it. People will say a whole lot of things, and what we wanted to say yesterday is that we congratulate the American people for their stand in making sure that people are held accountable for whatever thing that they will do because it is necessary that if people do anything wrongly or probably not in the interest of the country or that have the tendency to create animosity, chaos, or violence in our country when the American people probe into it, I think it's much more important to appreciate them because they are doing so well. They are our bilateral partner. They have been doing a lot through the USA project, through the UNDP project, and so many projects and so many things they've been doing for our country. So once they come and speak, it matters most to us Liberians. We should give God the glory that we have these people around that will not sit and see things going on wrongly and not taking into consideration that yes, these people are helping us to doing well for us. That people will not just come and do things or say things out of nowhere without them being questions. I think the American people, kudos to them, and we appreciate them. Yes, we appreciate them for the level of work they've done, right? So that's what we talked about yesterday. There was lots of views, counter views, claims and counter claims, for and against. People felt that it was not the right timing of the U.S. government to have said these kind of things against diaspora-based Liberia. I think it was much more important that the people have to bring it to you to understand that whatever we're doing or whatever it is been done in the US, it goes directly have an effect on the American people. So we can't say it, we can't allow it that people will just say, come on the social media and relay on all the local radio stations and they will say things they don't have evidence on or they don't have actual information on, they just post things. They call themselves that in exiles. Somebody said from exile, some of them from different places, and they will continue to manipulate Liberians that are back home, all because of in the interest of this government is not my government, this people not my people. At the end of the day, this is Liberia for all of us. At the end of the day, Liberia for us. So once you want to get Liberia to be one of the most progressive nation that's soon to be celebrating 174 years of existence of independence, we need to know that there are certain things we need to speak on, certain ills in society that are necessary to speak about. That's why I will come here to speak, and that's why we'll congratulate it and thank the American ambassador, Ambassador Michael McCarthy, for the statement he issued. I think it was timely, and we honor, we appreciate that, and we want everybody to know that whatever the the government, the U.S. government says, I think we have to appreciate that because they are our partners bilaterally, and they are our founding fathers, right? Back to today. Um, Back to today. We want to we uh, gave you some things that have happened today at the national legislature at the Honorable House of Representatives. There are lots of communications that was read. There are lots of a call to the plenary to enact some laws on bills to be passed. Lots of things to be said at the 18th day sitting of the first quarter of the sixth session of the Honorable House of Representatives of the 54th Legislature of Liberia. Today, the committee, the standing committee report from the Joint Committee on Ways, Means, Finance and Development Planning, Judiciary and Gender, Children and Social Protection for the ratification of the financial agreement Liberia Women Empowerment Project between the Republic of Liberia and the International Development Association. So the committee made a report, would talk a bit about it. And there is a call for a bill, motion, and resolution. A communication was written to the plenary, crafting the whole indulgence. The communication was written by District 13 Representative of Mossorado County, Edward Pape Flomo Jr., for submitting for an enactment consideration by the Honorable House of Representatives for an act setting criterion for the possession of firearms in the Republic of Liberia. Yes, an act setting criterion for the possession of firearms in the Republic of Liberia. This is the communication from Representative Edward P. Flomo Jr. of District 13. And he also sent a communication crafting the indulgence of the Honorable House of Representatives for an act to create a special education fund for support and sustainability of West African school certificate examination was fees payment for 6th, 9th, and 12th graders in Liberia. These were the communications from a District 13 representative for an enactment of this particular bill. One that said for a setting of criterion for the possession of firearms in the Republic of Liberia, and the other for the creation of special education fund for support and sustainability of West African school certificate examination fees payment for 6th, 9th, and 12th graders. Yes, we will talk about that. I just want to give you a little bit. Then a communication today on March 7, the National Legislature, Liberian Senate at the National Legislature, have a bill, passed a bill that needed the House of Representatives concurrence before endorsing it on legislatively. So the communication from the Liberian Senate forwarding and seeking in the House timely concurrence on Senate's engrossed bills 2 and 3 entitled. One of the bills that the Liberian Senate they passed and forwarded to the Honorable House of Representatives for concurrence is an act to establish a ferry transport service under the National Transit Authority, NTA, Republic of Liberia. This is one of the important bill that the Liberian Senate passed and they sent to the House of Representatives for concurrence so it can be enacted as a legislation, right? So it's an act to establish a ferry transport service under the National Transit Authority, Republic of Liberia. So this one we'll talk about it. Another bill from the Liberian Senate also forwarded to the House of Representatives for concurrence is an act to repeal and or amend certain provisions of Title 19 Legislative Law, Title 123, Executive Law, Title 17, Judiciary Law, and 2003 Act, which amends this law and to give full force and effect to Section 8, 9.8, and other relevant provisions of an act to repeal Decree number 14. They want to repeal this act of the People's Redemption Council of the Armed Forces of Liberia and to create a new Chapter 89 of the Executive Law establishing the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation of the Republic of Liberia, published on February 13, 2017. These are the two bills that the Liberian Senate sent to the House of Representatives for concurrence, right? So it is important, right? And another communication today again was uh, from Representative Alpha Jones of Electoral District 2, Margaret County, craving the indulgence of the Honorable House of Representatives to request from the management of Firestone Liberia the organizational structure of the company with the names and nationalities of individuals occupying the various positions at the company. Sometimes when we say these kind of things, people can say, oh, why now Representative Jones has spent over times at the legislature in crafting dozens of the plenary to have Firestone being cited, to know their organization structure, position, all nationalities of individual occupy position. So if you are a manager at Firestone, they want to know whether you are Liberian, you Ghanaian, or you are Nigerian, or you Sierra Leonean, or you are European or American. Why now? Sometimes when we talk to people feel like because the men and because election coming, they want score goals, political goals. And one of the communication again from him was that to invite the administration of the Habel College, the chairperson of the Habel College board, and the chairperson of the Commission on Higher Education of Liberia before the plenary of the Honorable House of Representatives to state reason why the college has been closed for months, thus denying students of the college their right to equal access of education opportunities as enshrined in the 1986 Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. Many communications were sent, but we'll stop thus far and we'll talk a little bit about them, and then we move forward to the Yeke Koliba Moses Akagris embracing each other today at the National Legislature. So the first one that says, this one we're going to talk about this thing, an act to establish a ferry transport service under the National Transit Authority, Republic of Liberia. I think, in my opinion, and I think on a general scale, this is very important, right? What makes it more important? I want to read the communication in depth. Then we will talk about it. We'll read the communication in depth. We will talk about it. Um, yes, I want to read the communication from the Liberian Senate. Why they want the House of Representatives concur with them in establishing an act to create a ferry transport service under or to establish a ferry transport service under the under NTA. We we want to yes, we want to get that full why the house. Okay, it says honorable speaker, members of the house of have the honor to present my compliments and by directive of the Liberian Senate in section forward year to attach Senate's engrossed bill 2 entitled an act to amend the National Transit Authority Act to establish a ferry transport service under the NTA Republic of Liberia. The above mentioned legislation was passed by the Liberian Senate on Thursday, March 7, 2023 at the hour of 12:44 GMT, thus seeking your timely concurrence. Please accept, Mr. Speaker and members of the renowned assurances of the highest consideration and esteem. Kind regard. And this is very important. The reason is there are so many people. If this, I think I should see closer to the Liberian Senate, and for the decision of the House of Representatives today, they forwarded that particular communication to its committees on transport, ways, means, and finance, and judiciary committees. So they will go through it, the communication, and they will have to report 2 weeks, 2 weeks after the Honorable House of Representatives shall have returned for a break, because the House of Representatives will be going for a break, a break that should start on tomorrow, Friday, the 17th of March. Why it is important to have a ferry transport service? One of the key benefits that it will have, right? It will have for so many benefits. I just want to give you the benefit that will have. Uh, I just want to give you the benefit that it will have, the ferry transport service. Um, yes, it provide a vector connection which enable all types of journey, right? Where that be local trip to work, study, visit others, or access amenities, or longer trips for business or tourism. If you have the ferry transport service under the National Transit Authority, it helps people that will have their goods, right? When they have their goods, and for example, somebody who want to transport some of their goods and services, they don't want to travel. They don't want to travel by land or by NTA buses, right? And they go in Maryland, and they have some of their goods. They wanted to travel by water. They use the ferry. People want to use travel by water to experience or explore more natural airs and whatever. That's the importance of it. For example, people will come for tourism. They want to use the ferry to ride over the water and go all the way to Sino, go to Grand Bazaar, go to Riverside, go to Maryland County, right? People want to go to Cape Mount using the ferry. People, these things can attract investors. It will create a tourism opportunity, right? It will enable types of journey that will not only have transport by land, transport by air, but will have transport by water. We just hoping that if this, since the committee have been given the responsibility for 2 weeks to report after the House of Representatives shall have returned for break, and if they concur with the Liberian Senate and this bill has been passed, it will enable a type of journey or transport in Liberia where many people have not seen, right? Or ferry transport you use to water. It will enable give you that feelings, and in terms of traveling and having a time over the water. If it's very 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 important that people have to know about it. So like give you this uh yes, okay. The Honorable House of Representatives is reviewing that bill, seeking to establish a ferry transport, that you said, to be operated. It will be operated by the National Transit Authority across the country. The ferry bill was approved by the Senate on March 7, 2023, as we told you, and forwarded today at the House of Representatives for concurrence. Right? The reading of following that, the bill, when enacted into law by the legislature, will expand the scope of operation of the National Transit Authority to provide marine or waterway transport using ferry boats as an alternative to buses, which cannot reach many parts of the country. So that's what we're saying, right? What dry when rainy seasons come, or when the time for the rain has come, especially between some months of July, August, September. You have sometimes the rainfall is kind of very heavy, right? Uh, it's very heavy. So people now, it will help the NTA to expand the scope of operation of what? But to provide marine or waterway transportation by using ferry boats as an alternative to buses. So if the NTA buses are not being able to run around or to be on transporting people from different area to the other, it will. That's where the ferry boats will come, because that's the significance of it. You can only depend on the buses, on the land transport of it. Because if you're using the ferry and the buses, that's where you generate revenues, government revenues, right? From different places, from the ferry transport service, right? To the buses. So if the bus can only travel to where quota ended, or leading to, for example, if the buses can only go a Ganta, or only go Tottenham Bread, or it go Rubber Sports or Buchanan, while it can be going Buchanan, the ferry transport service too can be taking people using the waterway transportation and take them all the way to where or county that have that are along the Atlantic Ocean. It will help the government. It will help the government to have revenue connection generation, and to be placed in government coverage, and that will help indeed to make the the revenue to be generated on a higher scale. Because if you're getting revenues, if you're getting money from the ferry transport service, and you're getting money from the buses, the NTA in general, it helped to increase government revenue. It helped to increase uh, government revenue. That's the importance of it, right? So people don't know. People, like some people, like today they were saying on the ground, oh, what does it have to do? It's a provide a unique experience. Ferry transport provide unique experience where you can move around freely while you travel. The fresh sea air can also be good for your health. These are the benefits that I attach to traveling or using the ferry to travel. So people can use it and travel to the countries that are along the Atlantic Ocean, the Grand Bassam, like River says, like Sino, like Maryland, these countries that are along the Atlantic Ocean. And it's important, and we must say it's kudo for that, because if we don't, sometimes we have to be very crafty indeed in terms of these bills. I think the Senate have done so much. So the Honorable House of Representatives have now sent this communication from the Liberian Senate to our Committee on Judiciary, Ways, Means, Finance, and Transport, and they will work in line for 2 weeks, and they will report to the Honorable House of Representatives upon their return from break. And as you will be aware, the Honorable House of Representatives will be the legislature as well will be getting a break. Many of them will be going back to their districts for registration, especially those of the lawmakers or representatives that have their counties being part of the first phase of the National Elections Commission BVRO process, the biometric voter registration process, like the Mosrado, the Cape Mount, the Grand Bazaar, the Magibi, the Bapulu, the Lofa, and the bombing, the other counties that are involved in the first phase of the BVR process. Those county lawmakers need to go back to that district in the county to do that registration process. So the legislature, the House of Representatives will be go for a break, and they will return from that break, and they will have the report from the Ways, Means, Finance, and Development Planning, or Committee, Judiciary, and Transport. So I think it is very important. So the bill, when that bill is passed into law by the legislature, the NTA shall not only acquire, equip, or manage a ferry or ferries, but we also build passenger or cargo terminus. See the benefits. They will have to, once the bill is passed and the ferry transport service has been established, they will be required. This is not maybe they will be required to build and manage a passenger or cargo terminus in each county as well as maintenance facilities. Each of the counties where the ferry will be traveling to, they will have to build a cargo terminal in each of the county, and not just cargo terminal alone, as well as maintenance facility. This is welcoming, and I think we should appreciate these guys for swiftly going into this thing. And this communication from District 13 representative, that's District 2 representative Magibi County, Ava Bokolo Jones, representative electoral District 2 Magibi County. This man sent a communication crafting the indulgence of the House of Plenary, the plenary of the House of Representatives, to invite, to set the management of Firestone Liberia, to know the organizational structure of the company with the names and nationalities of individuals occupying the various positions at the company. That's not a bad idea. It's a very salient, brilliant idea. A very good communication. But my issue is, since Representative Jones have become a representative over the past years, they didn't write the people. You were there and you were representative for that district. Firestone has been operating in this country for over years, following their 99 years contract they signed during the regime of Charles Dome Boja King. You didn't call it meaning for organizational structure. That when Firestone were operating, when it's okay, they agree that the time Firestone started operating, you were in maybe the lawmaker at the time for that district. Since you got to power, 2017, as a representative for that district, Firestone was still operating. We've seen lots of Liberians that worked with Firestone protested in this place in terms of salary increment, in terms of bad labor practices in that place, how people were not being treated fair, people areas were not being paid. You didn't see all those things just because of 8 months to election. You asking people to consider and provide names and nationalities to the House of Representatives to know what persons occupying certain position. A very brilliant communication, but I think it's belated. It's belated. These are things sometimes if you elect representatives in the House of Representatives, there are certain things that we see in our district that are not going on well, that we need to checkmate. We need to point that out. We need to take them from there. That's why before you elect a representative or individual to be your lawmaker, you should know what that person will be doing, that what that person have eye that is not going well in your district, that they want to change, that they want to speak about, that they want to bring to the public. But it doesn't happen in our politics, in our politics in Liberia. It can't happen. People will just come and tell you, say, vote for me. I will do this. Firstly, before you say you will do something, look in the district. What my people are suffering from in the district. If I from district number 8, where the Voice of Liberia is located, and I want to become the representative, or I want to uh, remove Representative Gray from the district, I should be I should be in the know why I want to replace Gray, what where Gray has failed, what are those projects that Bill Gray hadn't undertaken, what are those things that Bill said he would have done and he didn't do it. These are things before becoming a representative or before you vote people. Understand what where they want to or they want to change. This thing who have been for long now. Now, if you go, if it is ranging from the managerial level, in top management, you have only two Liberians. What becomes of the fact of that over years that two Liberians are worked for? All those qualified Liberians who should be serving certain managerial positions at Firestone, and they are not serving these positions because now, 8 months ago, you want the people vote again, and now you want the people to come, so you can come and to invite the people to know their organizational structure, how they structure. Who are those that are on the if they're manager, if a deputy manager, if they're operation, if they're site manager, if a production manager, if a general so these things were to be made known long since to the Liberian people of those that you are representing as a lawmaker. This is belated. This is belated. Because we can record here. I remember one of the time our Lower Mangibe County correspondent Harrison War did a report that Liberians working there were complaining that they were not getting paid. They were being badly treated, bad labor practice, right? They were not being given or managerial jobs. Foreigners are taking all the managerial jobs, the bigger jobs. Why the Liberians themselves, who should be benefiting from the company of such like Firestone, they are not benefiting. The last time we checked, during the official opening of uh, the sixth section of the Honorable, which is the last and sixth section of the Honorable House of Representatives, the Speaker said they need a Firestone to be manufacturing or producing tiles, because since they've been in this country, they've not produced any rubber thing. They have not produced tiles. They have not produced dishes or tops and whatever things that should be produced from rubber. They're not doing it. But whenever they produce, they get the tons of rubbers. They take it and export it to other country, and they do production outside and not in Liberia. These things that the legislature should have bring up on board long time, they have not been doing so. Sometimes some advocacies are just mere bluff, to be frank. Some advocacies are just mere bluff. Most of the advocacies are just mere bluff. You can be sitting somewhere for over times. You know exactly the kind of things happening. You didn't speak about it. But because a time is approaching that can either determine whether you will remain as a representative or you will be kicked out. And you want to come to show concern, to advocate, to like advocating for the people, to say we want to know the people there. Let's see their structure, how their whole structure is like. Let's know. I want to know how the people doing these kind of things. And at the end of the day, the people will have the decision to make. The people will make a decision. Right? There's a decision to be made by the people. So you can't can't buy the people over like the kind of mere petty things. Since when Speaker Chimos know that Firestone have not been doing much to the expectation of the Liberian people. People will feel that they are in the house there to be the mouthpiece of their constituents. They are not the mouthpiece anymore. They will just sit in there and anything comes, that's it. While in the interest of the Liberian people, they don't care. They're only there for their self-interest. Firestone, not just Firestone, all companies, all so-called companies in this country, their organizational structure, if you see it, you cry. You feel like Liberians are not school, they're not educated. You go to ArcelorMittal, you have certain position that should be occupied by a Liberian will not occupy that position. You go to Golden Verilion, a particular position that should be occupied by a Liberian, they will not occupy. That's why people always praised the Ghanaians. They go through a lot. They got their own fault. Every country get their own shortcomings, right? But Ghanaians, if company in Ghana and operating in Ghana, they prioritize their own people over foreigners. You feel that they are mean to share bigger position to foreigners. No, they are protecting and they want their people interest to be saved first. A Saudi company, go to most of the restaurants, big restaurants, go to Oporto's, go to Single Lodge, go to Single Palace, go to Diana. Most of the bigger positions are being held by foreigners, the Indians, the Lebanese, the Chinese. They are the ones that are occupying the bigger position. If you see their organizational structure, you will feel so bad for this country that many times, many positions like Liberian have a security job. Liberian only have security job. That's the big job they can get. Security job, or driver, or delivery man, especially the restaurant, delivery boy, deliver people's food, or your security. To see 3, 4, 5 Liberians in managerial position to many of the companies operating in this country, it is very difficult. Go to ArcelorMittal Liberia, check their organizational structure. If you see more Liberians in managerial positions or higher positions, it won't be possible. Most of the positions that Liberians get in most of the companies, the Golden Verilion, the ArcelorMittal, the Firestone, and the other companies, and even bigger restaurants, Liberians are just security or delivery boys. These are positions that they give to the Liberian people. It's because it doesn't mean that Liberians are not schooled or some of these things, or they are not educated on some of these things. Liberians are more educated. Some of them get degrees. Most Liberians go outside the country to learn. Many of them are engineers. And check if most of the engineering companies that are in this country, how many Liberian engineers you can see? Many Liberians have their engineering company. How many contracts have they been given by the government or by any other people? It is because the people are not prioritizing Liberians. So what the essence will somebody go to school, learn, at the end of the day, position that they should be, or position that they should be, be holding fire to do the Liberian people job, they're not doing it. They're not doing the Liberian people job. They only put the Liberian people aside. They gave them no petty jobs for 200, 300. And the jobs that cost 1,005, 2,005, 3,005, these are jobs that are given to foreigners. This can never happen in other African countries. I'm not even talking about in the world. In other African countries, the people prioritize their own because they're your citizen. If you don't provide job for the citizen, that's why if people are signing agreements with companies in this country, they should understand how they sign the agreement, especially the national legislature. Mostly they are the ones that make these kind of mistakes. Then at the end of the day, it is a track down effect on the ordinary Liberians. So you can sign a contract with a company, and within the contract, there is nothing mentioning Liberians should be prioritized. If it is in Ghana, that's why people say Ghanaians love everything for themselves. And a Ghana man will tell you, say, Charlie, this is my country. I must work in this my country and enjoy in my country. You can I can be in my country and I get access to what I should be doing. And you take people from outside to do the job. This is an insult to even the country, not even me that know the job. So if I know the job, give me the opportunity to serve. I can only serve security job or delivery ball or side ball. There are so many positions that are there that suit many Liberians. But people will not see that. If you go to many companies, the Firestone there, ranging from CEO to manager to deputy manager to chief army, the army finance, to coming down to consultant, everybody that foreigner. Before you cut down to see Liberians, only one or two Liberians you will see in management. At the end of the day, Liberian will be treated badly because you can have out of 100%, you get 20% of Liberian representing. And in terms of decision, 20% cannot override 80%. It's not possible. So if you have more people in management, and if Liberians are being bad treated, bad labor practices being carried on, those in the management that are Liberians will take some redress, give some redress to the Liberian people that are there. This communication from Alpha June is belated. This can make the people to re-elect you. Sometimes, if the guys up Capitol Hill, I don't know whether they can forget that 6 years is not as they see it. 6 years is a very longevity. Who know that today will be in the last years of President we are? Just yesterday was 2017. Just yesterday was 2017. Now we're in the last year of the president and the other lawmakers, representatives. That you see it to be long, it's not long. So if you are there, do the Liberian people job good. That at the end of the day, if it's you will not even ask them, you will not even go tell them say I want wrong. They will come back to you to say wrong. But many of you will come pay people. You say the people tell me say the petition me to wrong. That's been shameful. This thing is very important to know the organizational structure of any company, not just only Firestone. To know the names of individuals and nationalities of individuals that are occupying various positions of the company. So for example, if you have 20 person working at a company, list that 20 person ranging from the CEO down to the security. Write their name, their ages, their numbers, where they live, and their nationality. The day you see it, you feel bad. It tells you that, like it will make you believe that Liberians are not learning. They don't go to school. Like somebody will say, they say, you may not go to school. They are not educated people. When we got many Liberians like going to school every time, some of them got 2 PhD degree and other degrees, and it is something that we need to talk about. And, that is more important than anything. So if you want to get the organizational structure of the company, it was better you have done that in the first. This thing can help, the Liberian people. Let me see. Okay, this is something coming in. Is a press release from the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. Let me read it quickly. Where it says, Is it the Justice Minister Frank Musadin has mandated the Inspector General of the Liberian National Police, Colonel Patrick Sudu, to conduct a thorough investigation into the extent of that happened on the Capitol Hill campus of the University of Liberia on March 13. The minister called on the police IG, to file a report to his office in the soonest following the inquest into the violent incident which led to injuries and the destruction of properties. The many occurred amongst rival students, supporters of two Liberian lawmakers. The government has, however, reiterated that while it is committed to protecting fundamental rights, including freedom of expression and assembly, it will not tolerate violence of any kind. These things are very belated ever since you have done that, you know. But it is, again, that's how it is. So these are things. So this communication from Alpha Jones, I think is belated. To have been asking the House of Plenary to start the management and Firestone to provide and give out the organizational structure, how they've been structured, and among several other things like that. So now to the bigger topic of today that which we will talk about, and we open the phone lines very shortly. Yeah. Yes, on March 13, we yes, I want to talk about this thing, and someone just tested me. Yeah, someone just tested me, like, I don't know. Okay, so March 13, it was a scene of attraction by Liberians from all walks of life, Liberians from different continents saw, witness a scene that seems that was so chaotic that led to the destruction of properties on the campus of the University of Liberia, and people sustained major and minor injuries. When a lawmaker, who's believed to be a stalwart of the ruling government and District 8 representative, Moses Akaros Gray, made a pronouncement of his visit to the University of Liberia campus to have lunch with students and to carry out civic voter registration. This pronouncement was welcomed by many students, and especially those from the campus-based Student Unification Party, and saw that as a provocation against the students' populace, especially in a time where many government officials and associates of government officials were shamed, disgracefully thrown out, booed at when they went on the campus of the University of Liberia. So the students said it seems like to be like a provocation against the student body. So they put up a resistance that no government officials or people that are deemed corrupt should not enter the premises of the university. This has sparked controversies before the going of Gray on the campus. Nevertheless, with what Sub have said that people shouldn't go there, the District 8 representative defied all odds and invaded on the 13th of March, Monday, the campus of the University of Liberia, Capitol Hill. This visit brought the certain views regarding why Representative Gray went there. He should have not gone there, because irrespective of what the student said, you should have respected the fact that the student asking not to go there, but he beat all us and went there, which was that spark of violence. Gray was there, and Representative Koluba, also of the opposition bloc, formerly of the Alternative National Congress, though he resigned from the ANC as a political leader, not political, but member of Stalwart, a representative of the party. Went there because Gray was there, so it was like an opposition government or opposition CDC because Gray is a citizen and Yeke is an oppositional figure. This many young people got injured. Another fellow were beaten and was naked. They beat him up and naked him. Just how he was brought on the earth, how he was looking like. Men, a young man who has a family, who has a wife, who has his girlfriend, and have children, and was disgraced to beat him, naked him at the premises of the University of Liberia. All because they went there one way or the other to support either the Yeke or the Gray. Meaning Liberian students who were not even for either party got injured. People, cars, glasses got broken. People lost their properties, phones, computers. Another student lost his bed that had a computer and had money in it and a phone inside. He lost it. Young people were there to support the either party violently. There are a set of young people that were saying, yes, Gray is supposed to go there, that great district. Nobody can stop Gray from going there. Who is soup? What they call soup? Gray, that great district. Gray have the right to go there. Gray not need to get any permission from soup before going there. There were that group of people that were knocking at chairs or walking line by line with Gray wheresoever he go. They were there. Whatsoever Gray do, they were there and they were chanting battle cries, pro-government slogans. They were there with Amanda, went to, that's that battle cries. They left, they fought, they threw stone at each other, they destroyed, they injured, they beat each other. There was that group for Gray. There was another group for Yeke that were there and went there and they beat other people. They damaged and destroyed other people's properties. All because the Gray not supposed to come here. We tell him say we want to come here because people who are deemed corrupt should not be coming here. And Gray is not exempted from coming here. So he will not come here. So they call Yeke and they go, they throw stone at people, they fight each other, they beat each other. Today, I will not say surprisingly, because we understand how politicians go. This is not only in Liberia. We understand what politicians do and where do politicians usually meet. These people, they are politicians. They meet every and any time they want. Unsurprisingly today, at the National Legislature, at the House of Representatives, the two lawmakers who were the two instigators of the violence that occurred on the 13th of March were seen affectionately hugging each other, laughing with each other, sharing jokes, shaking hands, lectured. And you know what I want to say today? He said, y'all can post a picture. He said, y'all can post a picture. So it tells you that those guys, they are friends. That man, that's why they call that place the sacred chambers. We as journalists, like I'm the Voice of Liberia reporter assigned at the House of Representatives. Not just any reporter can enter in that place, because it's a place where only for the lawmakers is a sacred area, that secret area there. That's why anything they say in there, that's why when the people have executive, no journalist can really be there, because it's a sacred place, right? They men know each other. They men, they are friends. Yeke, the Gray, the whosoever, the Dex and Sibo, they even up to the Liberian setting, they long. the Joseph, the whosoever Tumofala, they are all friends. They are all friends. The reason is they men can do these kind of things because if you can get program or anything tomorrow to be passed in a house, he will need at least some of his colleagues to vote for that bill or anything that you send to pass. So the men and their friends, those men on March 13, the kind of thing we saw from people from Yeke's area and Grace area, today the men were laughing. You know what it signals? It was telling us that we are full. Sorry to say, we that can follow the men, we are full. We are full. We are not putting ourselves first. Instead, we manage those corrupt men. Those men that can sit down and determine what kind of salary they are going to make. A lot of men who can follow and create enemyship for ourselves with other people. Many people have their due. You will see politicians, even the president and his major competitor, former Vice President Wakai, they can sit together, they can talk together, they can meet together. They shake hands, discuss. Politicians are now reliant. So if you say you will mom a politician to go against your fellow man, your fellow brother or your sister, because of politician, guys, Liberians, we need to move, man. We need to move out. We need to fact track. We need to be very educated. We need to be smart in a game. We need to be very smart. Because these guys are using us for their own gain. They are using you for their own gain. That's what they can do. They will instigate violence. Like I told you yesterday. Even the day the thing happened on a Tuesday morning, I told you about it. That Monday's evening, our understanding issues of today, I told you that Gray and Yeke had nothing to lose. Right? Gray and Yeke had nothing to lose. I told you. They men had nothing to lose. They going to, y'all went to the Capitol Hill. Any men want to work today? On Tuesday, the men want to work. Wednesday, they want to work. Today, they going to work. Today, they went to work. But you sitting down now taking treatment, you on drip. You can't go to school. If you had a little hospital place years ago, you will not go there again. You lie down. Are they coming to you to give you money for treatment? No. And your family now going through the expensive. Your family now going through the expenses. So all the things now you're doing now, at the end of the day, those men had nothing absolutely. They had absolutely nothing to lose. They will come and use you, put you in front and then behind. So when they shoot or when they send energy, they throw any stone that it will hit, it will not reach to them. But we prefer dying for politician than to do things that will benefit us. Because that politician will get 20 that is just little over 3,500. Because that politician will call you to an office and you take picture with him. So you feel that you take picture with politician, you take picture with lawmaker. Then give you $5 scratch card to put it in the phone. And you go on the social media, you insult people, you create enemies for yourself. Gray might not be around tomorrow. Yeke might not be around tomorrow. The two of them might not even be lawmaker, they might not even be in government tomorrow. Time will come, what you've been doing, people will start using it against you. By that time you say, hey God, if I'll know, it will be too late. It is about time that the young people, not just young people, but Liberians, they got older folks that can even insult people because of any politician. There are some men in this town that when you say you call their political actor or political leader and me, they won't fire you. They just want they want to back into you because you call their political people name. If you said district 30 representative not doing nothing for the people because one person there can eat 20 hours for that man, you want KSF for that man to defend him by all costs, even when it costs for him to lie. Creating enemies for yourself. All because of Liberian politicians. They may not get one plate they can meet. They may not get sit down together and knock glasses. They may not toast together. They may not get eat together. They may not get have lunch together. They may not get sit one place and do things together. But when they come out, they pretend to come from different places. They will shake hands. They will lecture. They will laugh. They laughing picture is in the eating that man laughing. They laughing at you Liberians. Those of you that went there this one Monday to create enemy for yourself, they are you the one they're laughing at. They poor laughing at you. Because you don't know what you want. You will see the truth, you will see the lie. The people knew. The people didn't know what they're doing in this town. The people really know what they're doing in this town. You see the men laughing? The men 32 are. And they're laughing. They say, they don't want to answer me. Or go outside hotel we're not friendly. Right? People with limited minds. That you go better with each other. Even going as far as hurting their fellow man. You beating somebody. You naked the guy or responsible man. You naked him. You beat him up. You hurt him. You tore all his clothes. You take away his belonging because you get political godfather or someone who call themselves politician. They come to you. Call yourself politician. Right? You'll go out far and hurting your fellow man because of certain person you call politician. That particular picture, if some of you will say, oh, that picture, man, who say, me, I trust them, oh, man, I mean, get to go, that picture, I will go. Tomorrow again, when you go by, you go by again, you go for each other because of the men. The election coming, you go for each other. While the men be toasting, you know, at the legislature, the men got a cafeteria where the VIP area around the old Chimas area, around the old Chimas, they where the men can go. The men sit down, the men send for that one. The men toasting in a glass, they drinking. Then you're be insulting each other. You're creating enemy for yourself. You don't know tomorrow as a young man. Tomorrow you might be vying for certain positions or you'll be in need of certain things. You go to cause people, you can insult people. These are the evidences. This is a post you make against this man. You insulted this man. You posted this picture about this man. You called this man killer. You insulted a woman. You insulted this person. At the end of the day, that job you will be seeking for, you will not get it. That job you'll be seeking for, you will not get it. We told you all the content. I will get Monday. When I was saying it, oh, Gibson, y'all can be saying it, y'all got to condemn it. We condemn the Adnan. That great instigator will condemn the other point, will condemn it. But those that were there, that were the mean, actors, that were the forefront, great and then that came, God, they don't want to carry people there. But those that use them screen to fight each other, would tell and say, they men have nothing to lose. Representative Moses Akaras Gray have nothing to lose. Representative Yeke Yakbaguro Koluba have nothing to lose. They are living their best life. None of that men can go to bed without no food. They will not go to bed without food. That man must eat from Monday to Sunday, all day. They not use some money, man. Let me get salary. I drive it. That we the Pope can say salary. I drive it. That we the God we ain't get money. That we the same Pope can say, Pope can say, stout Peter. Then the men are buying. The men can buy $75 wine. They drink it. The men buy $100 wine. They drink it. The men can put $20 scratch card in their phones. The men can activate 3 days. As soon as they put the card in their phone, they'll use that card to call. They use that card to browse. They go home. They are children in big universities. Some of them they are children in the country. They are children in Ghana. They are children in France, in America, in Australia, in Canada. But we prefer to fight for them and make them and their family get richer. Then you and myself be on the same level all the time. Do you know? I know people that have been supporting politicians since 2005. They stay the same. And they still be fighting for that same politician. For Christ's sake, you've been fighting for politicians since 2005. You stay the same. Nothing changed, nothing improved. You are even fading up because you prefer selling your integrity. Because when you go to the member that day when you go, you buy a little one bottle of liquid beer, you drink. You feel alright. You feel okay. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking these guys will not be here every time. That only my friend and myself here. Do you know what politics have done in this country? That people have killed their friends. People have hurt their friends because of politicians. People have created enemies for themselves. When we say, hey, that men had nothing to lose, the men, they are friends. The men can talk. The men get each other number. The men can call their friend on phone or WhatsApp. So man, I think that happened, man. I forgot that, man. Because the thing is, at the house, at the legislature, you need people to make case. That's how you look like. If you don't have people, you make case in that place, it will not be heard. The other people can say, sometimes, they downplay, they don't make communication, especially you can be crying and say, the speaker don't give a communication attention, they don't put on flow to the music. You need people to make a case at the legislature. So if you create enemy with people at the legislature, and you bring out a communication or a bill for an enactment, that means they will close eye on it. They will close eye on it at the end of the day. Your people will be in that district. What do you think lawmakers can be doing there? Say that man going out, what I mean, you not pass bill you. Say that man going out, what you not read, we not getting passing bill you. How will you pass bill when you've created enemies with other people and you now want to go to other people? So the men understand the nitty-gritty of being a lawmaker in a house. So if you feel like you angry with anybody, you can't speak to anybody, you're not for anybody, you're not, nothing will come from out of you in a house. So these guys, they are friends. So when Gray have anything in a house, you have to consult, talk to his guys. If a friend in the house, man, you're for it. Man, say yes, man, say for it, because that's how it's work. But we will not know. Then when the men cancer, they won't put on showmanship. Right? This is not only in Mosrado. And this should not only be in about this the UL or something they go on Monday. This is something that should speak volume to all Liberians, young people across the length and breadth of this country. 2023 election, October, people are projecting that it will be a very tough election. A very tough election. Especially with the time where you have many people are feeling disenchanted in the government, or where you have other people are splitting away from the opposition, crossing over to the government or to the ruling establishment. The election will be tough. That I can tell anybody for free. It will be more than 2017 election. It will be more tougher than 2017 election. That's facts. These guys will come again and they will want to use you. They will put you in front. They will be beyond. They use you to go fight. We saw what happened. The battle of Crown Hill and Front Hill. We know history. People kind of say y'all fight each other. At the end of it, they sitting somewhere, certain place. The same way people come in this country, instigated violence, and we fought war that led over 2,000, 26,000 people dying, people losing their properties, people from rich to poor, and people get from poor to rich. People looted in this country. It is because people were sitting certain place and they use us to fight against among ourselves. They say you're fight among yourself. At the end of the day, who get more screen, you take power. They were sitting somewhere there. They were somewhere up there. And they were providing arms for rebels, for groups to fight among themselves. That's politicians. They will use you and myself. At the end of the day, men go sit down and men go knock glasses. When the men knock the glasses, they drink their wine, the men bed. Oh, the men go full. Then the men go into their horses. Then the men using telling. Wow. They're going, telling. As soon as you yell wow sounds crazy, you park off the road. Let the men pass. Somebody you park off the road, the men pass. And then before you take your journey, you don't fear politician, eh? Yeah, God. It should be a great lesson for supporters of politicians, different politicians. And I don't want to limit it to the gray and the yeke situation. Every politician, in most districts, people, some Ikuben are going back, are running, some Ikuben are not going. Till now, some people going, like in Grand Bazaar, the asses of Fair Play Joe and Councillor Bromsky, they are supporters going at each other, fighting, beating. The last time we got report that Charles Bromsky, one of our supporters, were beating. They accused Fair Play Joe, one of our supporters. Sometimes these things are not necessary. They're not politicking. Politics about speaking out your minds, bring out the ideas, say your plights. What your vision for the district or for the country. You doesn't need to fight to gain relevance. I think many of you listen to one of Kenny Rogers' son, a coward of the city. Right? If you listen to that song, it will tell you that you doesn't need to fight to be a man. People can come and hate on you. You don't need to fight back to determine that this man is a man. Or this person, yeah, man are baku. Baku is strong. No. You don't need to fight back to be a man. Sometimes just be civil in your mind. We know politics are not beauty pageant or not pastoral position or something. It doesn't give the right to be arrogant. It doesn't give the right to go against the law of this country. It doesn't give you the right to do things that are not beneficial to this country. Coward of the city. His father used to be one of the disgruntled person that every time he's caused trouble, he fight people. He's fighting people. He's a troublemaker. They put him to jail. From jail to bed to his sick bed, he died. And before he dies, he said, "My son, you don't need to fight back to be a man." Even with all of the mockeries his son was receiving for his friends, that his son wanted to have reacted. But every time the son think about what his father told him before his father passed off, son, you don't need to fight to be a man. Maintain your status. Even if people want to fight you, get away. Don't fight. You don't need to fight to be a man. It doesn't mean you're in politics. You should fight your friend, man, to show strength that I'm more powerful. I got more strength than him. And the people you fighting for, the men on that drinking champagne, man. They popping champagne. When they open it, yeah, poof, $75 champagne. Men are drinking Fratira wine. When you and my second go drink out green and right here. Go drink your aloe vera, drink spirit. Because you want quick reaction. But that men are drinking wine. But the men you can't fight for. And you prefer to fight for them. People are stealing from you. People are corrupting the system of this country. But you will come and you prefer to fight for them instead of you being a man and not being a coward. Because some of you cowardly can perform. You want to show and prove to the man, for the man to say, oh yeah, my beginning is ready for me. Yeah, I'm not beginning to go down. You can't really come on your Facebook, I'm going for you. You're passing around all on Facebook. So where you see anybody post against somebody you feel like a political person, you'll go on that person to insult. People paying you to go insult other people. You're just 25, you're just 23, 24, 28, 27. You got more years ahead, but you're creating more enemies for yourself. Creating more enemies for yourself. If this is now a lesson to learn, I don't know what you guys will learn again. If this is not a lesson for you, young people in Liberia, yeah, and you gotta be fast. You gotta be a fast thinker. You gotta make decisions wisely. This 2023 election, no cap can cover your hunger for 6 years or 9 years. Okay, you cap put it on your head. Vote Gibson G. Cap can cover your hunger for 6 years or 9 years. No teacher can protect you from insecurity for 6 years or 9 years. No 25 kg rest cannot help you your belly for 6 to 9 years. 1 liter of groundnut oil cannot sustain your kitchen for 6 to 9 years. A warehouse full of campaign material and rest cannot cover poverty for 6 years or 9 years. If someone offers you 10,000 for campaign or voting, asking yourself this question, ask yourself, how much do they give to their children as pocket money per month? They may give you 10,000 for campaign or to vote for him. Ask yourself, how much they may give a child for just to put in your pocket when you go on campaign per month? Ask yourself. Remember, your 10,000 is for 6 to 9 years. It is once and it is for all. Think about the value. Think about your own value. Think about your voice. Think about your future. You are also human. You must not die on the crumbs table because of politicians. Politicians are not Liberians than you are. The power is in your hand. You can make the change. You can make the difference. If you want change, it begins with you. Be the change that you want to see. If the best candidate does not have the chance to win, waste your vote on him without a second thought. The person you feel that the person good to be president, the person good to be represented, but because of certain reason, not everybody can be on the winning side. And that's for fact. Everybody can be on the winning side. Everybody can be on the winning side. If you think that person you want to vote for, and that person is or don't have the required vote, waste that your vote, man. Instead of wasting your vote on somebody who want to win, they will not do nothing for you, only to instigate violence that you will fight and make enemy for yourself. It is better to live a fulfilled life than voting for your own problems. It is the best thing to do. You must have a chance to speak in the future. Remember, you are not suffering as a Madingo, Loma, Ku, Gebo, Vade, Kran, Gio, Mano, Okbele, etc., but as a Liberian. Reject all ethnical cuts that are unfavorable to your future. Because I, from Grand Julia County, from District 2, Kunemo District, Seattle Town, specifically, and I'm a vote for somebody who from Grand Julia that want to be president, and I know don't have the charisma, the characteristic to become the president, or because the president myself from Seattle together, or Bangalore, where my father is, then because the man I'm from Bangalore, myself from Bangalore, then I'm gonna vote for the person when I know the person not able to job, not able to execute the job well. No. Not because I'm a crime man, I'm a vote a crime man. Not because I'm a Gil man, I'm a vote a Gil man. Not because I'm a Mandigua. Do not vote on that. If it is not favorable to you and to your future. Reject every religious card. No church or mosque pays your children's school fees. Voting your religion member does simple food on your table. Because the men are Christian, I'll vote for him. The men are Muslim, I'll vote for him. The men are Buddhist, the men are is a Judaist, I'll vote for him. No. They will visit you during campaign, but you will never see them again until the next campaign. That is men you're fighting for. That is men you're seeing again. They will. So now you know what? I don't know how I can be. So now the men again, only men see you coming. You'll be chatting battle crowd. Hey, the men we get fair. So now the men see you like, oh, they want to pay for money again. Oh, the men put many of them to that capital here. What they can do? As soon as they see you coming, oh, the men pay for money again. Yo, and I too, you go pay for money too. But you think if that man create job for you, if you think that man give you the opportunity to work, you go baking? Hell no, you won't do that. If that man creates job, if you're working with a company, you're working somewhere, you're making 300, 400, 500 every month, you go to lawmaker for $5 to $20, you go ask lawmaker to buy you baby dapper or to buy a baby top. You go ask a lawmaker. They say, "Oh, my woman and gave birth to the hospital. We all pay the banner money for the release or discharge her." If you're making good money, you will never do that because they are not. There's the avenue is not there. They don't create those avenues, so no opportunity for you to work. So it is a course you go to them. Once the men see you, they they come here again, but they men again. The men I come to and say I get money. I'm coming tomorrow. They can feel you barriers when you're going around them. Because that the wrong people you can vote for. And the people you can come fight for. People that you can sit down together to enjoy themselves, to knock glasses, to toast together. You can fight for them instead of thinking about your future and how to make a resounding decision at the end of the day that will help you put food on you and your family table, that will help you, that will incorporate and attract investors to kind of country company to come and you get work for yourself and your family to eat, put food on the table. You will not do it. You won't go fight for Gray. You won't fight for Yage. You won't fight for Jawia. You won't fight for JMB. You won't fight for Alexander Cummings. They will not help you. Think about the future. Work for an accountable candidate. Election is local, but politics is international. That's facts. The outside of election will not only affect you, it affects all Liberians in respect of where they're from. Because politics is international. Election are in Liberia, but politics is outside. That's it. Fair enough. Fair. Politics is international. Elections is local. Think about the character and integrity of your candidate. Now, not because they man are my brother and they man is corrupt. Like what many of you come and do when the American people sanction corrupt people, individuals in government, high-ranking government officials because of corruption. They're going back in your districts, in your county to run for representative senator seat. You're beyond there. And you're chanting the battle cries. Sanction, no sanction, I will vote for you. Sanction, no sanction, we will vote for you. But at the end of the day, you will expect the sanction man, when you vote for him, to do more for you. You already know they made a role. It's just that somebody catch you stealing. They catch you to say this man is a role. And they say, yeah, it's a role. The men are role. Everybody know that role. Then he come, he say, the men are role in a role. I will ask him to come mama money in my house. Then at the end of the day, when you have 2 million, you say, man, then 1 million loss, then you won't complain. The proof already told you that the man was a role. Joseph knew that he was a role. He said, well, I role or not, I will tell you to come send the rest of my money. Then he mind my money. Then when the man come mind your money now, and he take half of your money, and the time you go, oh, the man, that's time gone. The right time to reject these guys is the time is right now. The time is now to reject those guys. Don't be fighting for people who are corrupt. Don't be fighting for people who are not helping you. Don't fight for people that only for the self-aggrandizement and only for their family. If it is not for their family, it's not you. Imagine most of the lawmakers, the international scholarship. When they got 5 national scholarship, they'll have 3 of their family members, 2 from their office. That's all. But I'll tell you, I get scholarship. 2 from their office, 3 family members. These people only for themselves and their family. Their kids are in the US attending the best of schools, going to the best of schools. And when they get a degree, they will come back here to rule. That's why people that have died before, that ruled this country before, their generation is still running. You think when somebody say, oh, I conquer people, I conquer people, do not be trouble. Because the conquer people learn at the time and they send their children to good school. After all, that's the essence of life. If you're not there, your child replaces you. If the child replaces you as well, your child will teach his own child to, when his child, left, the child will replace him. It's generational change. So if you don't go to school and a man sends his son to US, to Oxford University, in the UK, to New York University, to all these big universities across the country, the world, and go to Canada, attend the best of university. When that man learn as an engineer, that man learn as an accountant, that man learn as a manager, that man learn as a politician, and he come back now, then he come rule. And you and myself, our generation will continue to be submissive to these guys. Because they are people lay the foundation. You and myself generation will continue to be submissive to these people. Because we prefer to fight them, we prefer to fight for them and not to fight for freedom. Not to fight for integrity. We don't want to fight for integrity, we won't fight for corruption. While in Liberia, instead of fighting corruption, we are fighting for corruption. Instead of putting our fight against it, we are fighting for it. Instead of putting our block out, no, we're opening way for it. Say, come. Hey, that people, man, they say, hey, corruption, that people come. Instead of telling corruption, say, no, we don't want you. We want integrity. We want personality. We want good character. We don't do so. We can open the door for corruption. Can't inside corruption. You said no, the man is corrupt. The man are roll. Then you say, roll now, roll. I will vote for you. At the end of the day, when the men get it, the men misbehave. And what great are you getting doing? They misbehaving. That's a complete mockery to the Liberian people. Complete mockery. It should be a lesson learned to you that call yourself people that are backing politicians, that are fighting for making enemies for yourself because of politicians. These guys are making mockery out of you. A man is sitting right there, the man take a picture and laughing. A man, one of them said, "You go post it. We politicians go post it." So they knew what they did. And that's why people reported allegedly that the 2 men knew what they want to do. They said the 2 men even communicated. Now my men want to leave my account because they needed trend. I told people, I said all the things the men are doing are for trend. For them to trend. And they picture the thing to the beginning are for trend. And they trending. Now all they did for they men doing, they know what they can do. They know what they're doing. But we will not know we belong to it. Then we can't want pour ourselves in front of it. To Allah, we gray. You're not gray. You're not yeke. You can't be yeke. You can't be gray. But we want pour ourselves in front of it. We get our bearing on side. We twist it one side. Then we'll go in and we'll shutting in the man ear. Then we're fighting for them. We're causing mad cause. We're causing big cause. Like to other people. Creating enemyship. Politics is international. Election is local. I don't know what you're talking about. Election is local. Politics is international. Let's think about our future. Let's think about the future of Liberia. Sometime out of 24 hours takes at least 1-2 hours reminisce about this country. Think the country is 174 years since she gained her independence. What have she achieved? Other countries like Nigeria are, I think, 63 years, 64, 65. Other countries, they are 70. But they are more developed than Liberia that almost can come 2 times from India. Because the mindset to have is to be fighting for politicians. And what a politician like. If you don't know that, let me tell you today. Politicians like for you to fight for them. And what they like. They like for you to fight for them. So if you not sound, you go fight for them, you're calling for your own demons. At the end of the day, to fight your own demons, it will be very hard for you. It will be very hard for you. Because if you not make plenty of demons for yourself, and the demon say that in you to fight your own demon, it will be hard. Because you to fight your own demons, it will be a very difficult task for you. Because you've created demons, you created enemies for yourself. At the end of the day, if you're not going somewhere, they say, hey man, my family member, and they say my witchcraft people, then you pass around. Because if you create enemy for yourself now, at the end of the day, your faith gets shut. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. These are things that we can be talking about. They may not know what they can be doing. They may not today when they sit down, when they may not read today, they may not hug each other, man. Oh Jesus. Great and you can that you can see that affection, they may not hug each other. Then you can go in great ear and talk, then great laugh, then great go in you get ear, you get talk to, then they laugh because they're making mockery out of you. They making mockery out of you. They make oh you lead that people, man. You lead them. You lead them. All that men inside there. Sorry. All the people you see is they are tough talkers. They are anti-government or they are critics of the government. Bro, brothers and sisters, know that these men they can meet. They can meet and they will discuss. That's why that place is called the sacred chambers. They're not anybody can enter there. And that's why when they having section or sitting, they can close the doors. You gotta play that sacred chambers. That's why we as a journalist in this country, when we go places, we show how they can enter. But not to the House of Representatives, not to the Liberian Senate. If you're not accredited there, you can't enter. Because that place is sacred. That the people sacred place there. That holy ground. That's why they get their pastors there. Pastor every day, every session they can preach. Can from preach for summer. The men are going to that place they think they do what they do there. That's why they give certain journey access to cover there and not all journeys. And every journey that are going there, you should know how you go there. They men and their friends. We shouldn't create enemy for ourselves because of these guys. Many of you this content were calling oh, blah 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 blah. Just say all sort of things. Today the men are mocking at you. Man, the part I enjoyed today was I was there with my camera, my phone, I was taking a picture. After I was doing great work out there, man. And he said, yeah. I said, oh, general. Man, yeah, that make Chris said, general. Yeah, I said, oh, general. Man, I shake hand. Yeah, hawk. Yeah, man, hawk more than 4 times today. Shake hand more than 7 times. They talk in each other ear two times. I was counting it. I was counting it today. It's because the people know that we are fools, Liberians. We are low minded. Young people especially. They wanted to, I tell you, young people, they don't say anything. They will still fight for politicians. Ain't you Gibson saying it? I'm saying it today on the program. On Voice of Liberia, issue today. Gibson G is saying it today. Those guys will still go and fight for these same guys. Where the men can go and meet. The thing happened once in my county in Granjide. You got 5 lawmakers. You got 3 lawmakers, they are friends. They are not 2 men say no, we follow you. But there are not 2 men can be fighting, there are not 3 men and 1 man. At the end of the day, for them men to be putting case on the table for the country, they can't do it. They only there to be fighting each other. And they're beginning to be putting partner in a phone to be insulting each other. And they're beginning to want to be creating enemies for themselves. for it's facts. You have so people already get money now. You spend 15 years at the House of Representatives, you got 9 years to the House of Senate. Editors are going to spend 12 years now as a representative. Job Biden now gets 6 years. Job Biden, our former minister. Now, Aaron Madison going to come. They live their life. At the end of the day, when you believe, you say you won't come fight for them. Like on fiasco, you do it at your own risk. Not for them. Now you pleasing them. You're not doing nothing. You're doing it for yourself. It will just go back. It will go then come right back to you. Because you know why? Your sense of humor is not as wild your friends should expect. Where in the world would I create an enemy for myself because of certain politician? God, the man, I'm a boy, or the man, I'm a representative. So I will be in certain things or be saying bad things against somebody, against another people. To the extent people will go, they start downloading all sorts of photos, getting all kind of things just to lash at certain politicians and praise other people, fighting against each other. We have to be real in this country. If Liberia can be great, if your district, if this county, your country can be great, we don't need to be fighting for the money. But some of you are not still license. I said it this come Monday. I think one of the color call and disagree with me. I told you say the men not got nothing to lose. The first thing that was to come to your mind was, why great coming in and coming with security? That first thing, it should register in your mind. Why you get coming with security and coming put behind? Why you get one can come? Why great one can come? So it should register in your minds that you couldn't have done anything to get or great water. The security you have with him, they're going to mind handle you. You can't do anything to you get security going to mind and handle you as well. You think why the men get security? They have security, they can go fair for it. That you can go fair for it. So the first thing that should have registered in your mind was grace and coming in Campbell. You presume, right? People, predicted that you could have ended into violence. And Greg went going. Greg got over 4 ballot men and being wear blah blah t-shirt. See the men in chest and play. So it should have registered in your mind that the men that are going for, he coming with body men, he coming with bodyguards, he coming with securities. But me, I'm going for him, I don't get security. I don't get nothing to defend myself. Why should I fight for them, man? Sometimes think and ask yourself some of these questions. Yeke coming, I go for why should I fight for Yeke? Why should I go behind Yeke to instigate violence? Yeke guy is security. If anything, security will protect him. If anything happened to me, nobody will protect it. Nobody can protect me. I don't get protection. I don't get security. Why should I go and be behind the man and fight for him against another person? And why should I even create enemy for myself because of a politician? But we don't, these things can register in our minds. Because as soon as the men get $20, that big money. Very big money. So we can just go and fight for them. Imagine people can be to see you, they insulting each other, fighting people. Go to different local intellectual forums. They're fighting each other, they're insulting each other because of politicians. They don't even speak to each other. I like when one of the Liberian political influencers on the internet when he shared an audio, Barrow Brown, Chairman Brown or Barrow, and he said the man said the man used to be a very close ally to Senator DeLong. According to his own audio, he used to be a close ally to Senator DeLong. He insulted people because of Senator DeLong. The day Kimmy Weiss posted against Senator DeLong, he take his Facebook page, go live, and insulted Kimmy Weiss. According to him, only that scene there to be passing your 16 screen saw a man knocking glass together. The DeLong and the Kimmy Weiss guy. And you see how it looks like? So you don't go to the extent that you can support your political institution or your political leader. You can defend him. But you can't go to the extent that fighting people, creating chaos, hurting people, to prove to your leader or your political institution that yes, we get men. No. At the end of the day, the men will leave you. They will leave you. Some men after they're not represented again, they will leave the country, they travel. They go sit in one place. They go sit on maybe America, or they go sit on even in Liberia, in Africa, they go sit on Ghana and they go sit and they go enjoy themselves. Because the men know that they're deceiving you and myself. They are deceiving us. But we are yet to know that they are deceiving us. Because we Liberian men now. Now what can happen if we got so many low-minded young people? Especially the men, all young men. You know, men say, see the COP. You know, men say, so they get not put the CPP barricade. They just creating institutions just to prove to their political leader that they are truly for him or for her. Don't create enemy for yourself. Liberians in general, young people specifically, if the people say young people are the future leaders, this is not just war, or this is not just a phrase. Because young people are the future leaders. What are you doing to become the leader in the future? Don't just go because the people say young people are the future leader. What are you doing to make you the leader of the future? Do you think it is by fighting for politicians will make you the leader of the future? What are you doing to make you the leader in the future? Let us understand that we are one Liberia. Then we say anything, you take it, that's it. You like it, that's it. You don't like it, that's it. Because at the end of the day, the old people will continue ruling. Because they won't be using you as militants. You'll be wearing boots around here. You'll be wearing khaki or grey suits around here. Call yourself militants or militias or however you call yourself. What are you men enjoying over there? The men can go a break again. Men going to go. And you know, usually when men go a break and get back. The men can go a break again. They can get money. And you and myself should be around here. Then they can use us again. The way election come again, they want a politician put their own a flyer up. Somebody tells you, oh, good man, go tear down, man, fly. Go tear, man, poster down. Y'all now start tearing each other posters. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Young people, why almost every time us? Every time young people. The day young people who stand tall in this country, politicians will know that the young people are ready for business. But we are not ready for business. First, we are not ready for business as young people. All we're doing now is to get money for politicians. And I'm the thing I mean, what hurt me most is they men say they'll give you money and give you $20. That $20 better you won't go create enemy for yourself. Life long. Life is a long journey. Today somebody can be here. Today I can be on the radio, tomorrow I might not be here. That's fair. Tomorrow you'll be lawmaker, today you'll be lawmaker, tomorrow you'll not be lawmaker. Today you will be gas seller, today you'll be street seller, you'll be selling groundnut, grumpy. You'll be selling cynical on the street, some beating you. Tomorrow you might be representing, you might be president, you might be someone else. That makes life more beautiful. That makes life interesting. That's what tomorrow is pregnant, because no one knows tomorrow. Tomorrow is pregnant. No one knows what's coming out. What breath. What child the tomorrow will bring, no one knows. So if they live your life in the way that if people see you, they say, yes, this young man is productive. This young man is innovative. This young man, do you know how many rich young men we got in the US that are very innovative? Because they make up their mind. Even though they got a bad one still there in the US, but the young people are still making their minds. It's not like that in our country. Being with the phrase, young people are the future leaders. It is something that you need to do before you become a leader in the future. If you don't do it, everything is saying that's fly. So that's it. A hint into a while is quite sufficient. A hint to a while is quite sufficient. We've said our part, we've played our part, we've told you. And with this statement from Professor, very breaking news, the University of Liberia have suspended student politics until further notice. Before I open the line, let me read the president's statement quickly. There's something, it's very new. The president suspends student politics. Is he planning anything cause the March 13th something on our US campus? Yeah. It's a special statement by Professor Dr. Julius Julukon Sawulo Nelson Jr., President of the University of Liberia, March 16, 2023. As of today, March 16, 2023, student politics on all UL campuses are hereby suspended until further notice. The suspension comes in the wake of many violent disturbances on the University of Liberia campuses. Students are mandated to keep in strict conformity to this pronouncement. Violators will be severely sanctioned in keeping with the student handbook of the UL, the revised one. Accordingly, no political group shall assemble or hold meetings or engage in any political related activities on any of the University of Liberia campuses during this period of suspension. The suspension affects political solidarity marches, political gatherings, the wearing of symbols and emblems depicting and promoting campus-based political groups, student protests, among others. At the same time, the UL administration condemns in the strongest possible terms the violent disturbances that erupted on the UL Capitol Hill campus on Monday, March 13, 2023, and by extension, all such incidents. Additionally, The UL Administration commissions an immediate independent investigation to probe the Monday disturbance which led to the cancellation of classes and injuries of students and others. The committee is headed by Professor T. Debbie Sandy, Director Kofi Annan Institute of Conflict Transformation. The UL administration ensures and commits the full protection and safety of all students, staff, faculty, and users of the facilities and services of the university. Meanwhile, UL students are reminded that the revised UL student handbook strictly prohibits the use of disruptive noises, violence, and vandalism on all its campuses. This is the communication and the statement that just came in from the president of the University of Liberia, Prof. Dr. Julio Julukon Sawulo Nelson Jr. 0770-907-907, 0880-907-907. Our very first caller here. Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening, John. Where are you calling from?
Good evening. I'm Vanny Avis. I'm calling from Abakar West, specifically in New Redemption Hospital.
Okay, let's hear you, my brother. Go ahead.
Thank you so much for a fascinating discussion. I give you a hand or applause.
Thank you.
You know, some of the youth, I can be thinking where our brain are. We're schooling for nothing. How can politicians pull me by my nose for almost $20, as you say? When people say you are the future leader, you think you have to be in that same stand when it's as a leader? You cause chaos for yourself. These people, children, are not in the country. They are out there learning. Then they gather you, go to prove what? To prove what? And that statement that the president made is a mass statement. For me, the people who bear it should be suspended because there is a constant habit. A constant habit. That's why the violence took place here. We condemn it. But leader is leader. Soup should be suspended. That should be more. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Johnny, where you calling from?
Thank you. Richard, my name is Juno F. Gavelo, and I do join you from my usual resident in my former Swallow County.
Okay, let's hear you. Go ahead.
Richard Daniel, I'd like to do this evening for your pregnant deliberations. I think you speak lengthily and you touched my heart this evening. Richard,
Gibson.
Gibson, let us put politics aside, right? I'm a member of the Unity Party, but Richard, you will never see me going to fight my friends because the person support different ideology. What I'm supposed to do is to push my candidate ideology and to encourage people to vote for this man. But I can never fight my friend human being because of politics, yeah? Richard, I'm a student of the University of Liberia. When that incident occurred, Richard, I was...
Okay, we lost him. We just hope you can call back. He'll make a call. 0770-907-907, 0880-907-907. And this person. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, hello. And where you calling from?
Yeah, good evening, my dear brother and friend. Good evening to the voice of Liberia family and to my fellow Liberians on radio land of the Republic of Liberia. By the way, the introduction, I'm Alfonso E.S. Tamara, calling from District number 10, to be precise. My resident transformer community.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much for your brilliant analysis. You just went ahead and you listed as a basis factors for us to use for our upcoming election, very shortly, October 10th. That's our 7 months from now. And we are going to use these factors as a base tool to make the right decision for the Liberian people.
Oh, we lost it. Good evening.
Good evening, Richard.
Gibson.
Good evening. You know, F. Gifford, second time, I don't know, I dropped the line.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Like I was saying, I can never find my friend human being for a politician, right? I have my property in Monserrado. I have my one kid, and I'm going to school.
If I fight somebody and I've been held and lying down to hospital, who will feel my song? Who will do all the things for my wife and my own wife make it have? So I can never fight for any politician. I support Honorable Joseph Yimopuka because of the ideology, because of who he is. But I can never fight for any politician because if you are held tomorrow, they will not even come to hospital to speak to you. They will take their children in Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, America, Europe to seek good education. If you are in Liberia, you are fighting for them. I think we need to stop this. The young people need to stop this. And most of the advisors should go to those citizens who call themselves militant. Most citizens are causing violence of this country because they say they have the master, they have the youth on their side. When anything start off, they will always go carry. They are carrying militancy on the very protestation. I think it is unfortunate. Honorable Gray, Honorable Yeka Kulba, these things should stop. Today in the Timor, they were there laughing at each other. They were there making mockery on the people that was protesting on that day. I'd like to say the young people need to stop this thing. They want to move forward. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Hello, Chief. Your name, where you calling from?
I'm Dixon Waturi, calling from Buchanan, Grand Bassa County.
Okay, let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, I want to thank you very much for your platform being established. But listening to you today, we observed the session to see the both parties, Mr. Honorable Yeke Koluba and Akaras Green, hawking, throwing talks, hawking one another in Britain. What becomes of our Liberian brothers and sisters who are injured in the process? One. Two, I also support the statement from the university authorities coming up with that statement that to restrict law and order. That is far belated, but thank God it's better late than never. But this country should be our country. The two lawmakers should be booked and be brought to justice. We have innocent brothers and sisters who were victimized in the process, but went to session, they hawking one another, playing fool out of Liberian people. There are disturbance that are happening at the university campus, and the two lawmakers were present. So what the law is saying, so you mean today now, any lawmaker can come out, two personality elite can go Grand Bassa County, go Maryland County, and just bring group of people and damage public peace, and the next day to go to session and hug one another. I said no. So we don't want to say. So we can't go taking for the university authority. At least they come with measures that be put into place. But the our government to not stop that far. They should go beyond and let somebody be reprimanded, most especially the lawmakers, because they instigated violence, and today other people will have to get in the process. You can't get close to the university. There's more than 5,000 persons. Now, it's very shameful to the government and shameful to us all to have only 4 or 5 persons being incarcerated. We see that the government is taking care of us. It's a shame, and I condemn the both parties who are involved in the violence. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah. At first, I was talking, I don't know, you off me up.
No,
as I was saying, I said we need a better dealer. We need a better candidate in this coming election that will represent our country. And I think all Liberians know the kind of person. Because we stand for real change at this turning point. We need a leader that will shake the system. We need a leader that will be energetic, that will attract investors to come in. We need a leader who will come because he feels the people voted you just for yourself and your family. We don't need a leader who have been in leadership for so long, but we need a leader who can deliver Liberia to where we are, Liberia to the point of Dalimat. And we all know the kind of leader. We need real change. Come on, October 10. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Let me say, good man, good friend, and brother. From Baypower Estate here in Lookington, that's a district like most of the county. My name is Obama Puto Yamti the 10th. I love Sekou from Mata Sherry, we are picking.
Go ahead, I say.
I think I've said I'm killing and I listen to the thought and analysis about many of the color on your platform. But basically, what draws my curiosity is this issue has to do with the president's State of the Nation address. You know that basically, I admire the first step made by the president. When the president urged all young people as we gear towards the authoritative election, there's a name that we must control
be used as a surrogate and to undermine the peace and stability, the fragile peace of our country. And mind you, I'm a realist. That's the fact I suppose this issue has to do with this regime. But the post-executive, but Representative Gray on the campus of the state university, it is a frown and to cause chaos in our country. Because mind you as a leader, you serve as a mentor for our kids coming. Let's see when the minister or you was full, these guys were to form all the money was. He was honest to his consciousness by appealing to Representative Gray. Can you assure this issue has to do with appearing on the campus of the state university? Then Gray, who are you?
Okay.
Who are you? Oh, you say you call yourself general?
Thank you.
General.
Thank you.
Thank
you, my brother.
Hello, let me get back in a minute.
Yeah, do it quick. Gotta go to
Hello. There's tools for the angle of the party. They were gloom working behind him, calling him general. You saw what happened today? The two lawmaker was eating up, shaking him. What is the message that appear in the minds of the young people? Young people we should not be used as a surrogate by politicians to accomplish an aim. Prove to represent the great. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. This person.
Hello.
Go Evelyn.
Yeah, how are you? This is Emmanuel Regis, and I joined the conversation from Carwell.
Okay, let's say you, Eman. Go ahead.
Yeah, and sometimes for me, when I listen to the radio, sometimes I can want to laugh, and I don't even know because for people to sit in Liberia after 175 years, somebody want to tell all the problems that in Liberia, like Joe, we have brought all the problems in 4 to 5 years.
That's not an issue. The issue is about the reconciliation or the hawking of Gray and Yeke and young people involvement in violence.
The issue with Gray and Yeke, no two people deserve to reconcile. And the people, they are honorable people. They went the day what they did today, they deserve, except somebody want to tell me that Honorable Gray and Yaga Koroba should always be fighting when I reconcile. Then with the Honorable Gray say you and Koroba will be fighting. Everybody can get issue here. But the ability for you to resolve your issue, the reality here, every politician in Liberia get a follower. I don't care what we say on this radio. You will not let people down and flood them for following Honorable Gray or following Yaga Koroba. That one is clear. It's clear. I don't care what we do. People have their followers. So if the two honorable men decide to reconcile, for me, I do not have any issue with it because the best way to move Liberia forward, no matter the situation, no matter what happens, it is better we always find a remedy to every problem. Okay? So I think I would like to congratulate all the two honorable men tonight for seeing reason to reconcile, and we'll like to urge some of our brothers on the other side who always let the whole thing happen for people. It is not good. Look, when two men do something, they are bad. It's left for we the young people in Liberia to be careful. Now, if your supporter tell you to go trust somebody, he will rat. You as a reasonable human being, you need to tell your supporter, say, I cannot look at my parent, my friend or my brother who from one country. Everything we do in Liberia here, my brother, we are one way or the other connected. Because we aim for us to come on the same man, the same fire. But for the fact that we can take rock and take sticks and start beating each other, it is wrong. We the young people, we need to understand that. Sometimes some of these people ask us to follow them, they tell us to go jump around and be causing people. You see people abusing people who order them. They say, oh yeah, because of freedom of speech, it is wrong. So I want to congratulate Honorable Gray. We the young people, we need to learn a lesson here. If we are following, if we are going behind our leaders, we should always ask a hard question. Sometimes you ask a leader, my man, first man, with all due respect, this way we are going. Why are we going there? Why our mission? You know some of these things. But most of the young people you see this brother, honestly,
Some of them didn't even know what they're doing. They just feed people into it to join into it. So we the young people, we need to reconcile ourselves. We need to understand that we are brothers, we are sisters. We got to stop hating each other. We got to stop,
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm each other because my brother, no matter what you do, like brother, it's very small. Today you may insult somebody. Tomorrow you'll be in the other person. Tomorrow you see that person, you bend your head down.
Thank you.
So we need to take the example of the two honorable men and see how we can go on saying that, bro. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, hello. What's your name? Where you called it from?
Yeah, it's Maliki.
This is Voice of Liberia. 0770-907-907-0880. 907-907, and these are the two numbers you call this evening on the issues of today. My name is Gibson G, and whatever you are, you're listening to Issues of Today, and we're talking about Liberia. Good evening. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Maliki, how are you?
Is it Maliki? This is Voice of Liberia.
I said, how are you?
I'm okay.
Oh, you're breaking.
Good evening. Good evening. Okay. Let's check out 0770-907-907 0880-907-907, and you'll be live this evening on the Voice of Liberia Issues of Today. Good evening. Hello. Good evening. I don't know what's the problem. 0770-907-907. This person. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
You know where you call it from?
I'm Thomas M. Suman, the senior, calling from Caldwell, New Georgia, Abandon District 15.
Let's hear you make your point.
I'm listening to you. I just want to play the listening role, but people are just confusing the whole topic. The issue of Honorable Akada Gray and Honorable Yeka Koruba, they don't have issue to me. They don't have issue. The Honorable man have issue with the university student with Akada Gray. So if Akada Gray can go and settle issue or settle any differences between them or Yeka, I mean to me, it that means no sense. I was expecting him to go and settle things with university students because he decided that Monday he will go there. So what are they doing that there? And people are saying, this one, people for and this and mere business. That's not mere business. Then you go and settle the issue with university students. Now you get nothing to do with that thing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Go evening.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. You know where you call it from?
I'm Lawrence Spencer, and I'm in Johnsonville as usual.
Okay, Spencer Lawrence. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I appreciate you for the analysis, and that's the same thing we normally tell our junior brothers who get coming in the struggle. I mean, that they shouldn't put an American chopping dog or anybody. But for all our view on this platform, every night and other platforms, it's not about individual, it's about the general good of the country. I work here in a car, we're working in case.
Okay, he dropped. Lawrence, I think you're coming back, Lawrence. Good evening. Go ahead from your monitor. Your name, where you call it from?
Hello?
Yes, hello. Your name, where you call it from?
Yeah, sorry for the disturbance, my sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Anyway, go even my brother, go even to the fourth of Labrador family, and go even to my Labrador people. I mean, the very peaceful Labrador people. And first of all, Poker Robert, and I join you from a comfortable residence on the capital bypass.
Okay.
First, I would like to start with a tour of appreciation to the institution, I mean, to the fourth of Labrador family, along with the workaholic CEO the Basebu Sherry for always bringing the best information. Not other stations that bring information that have capacity to carry on to the bad day, but information that the people, the public need in the interest of the public. So I would like to start
It is not about the issue. Is not about Representative Gray and Jacob Koluba. No, the public. I sit and listen attentively to many callers, and I just referencing Honorable Gray and Mr. Koluba. It's not for them. Our people say parable. Every time the parable that says, don't blame what you saw, but blame what you stumbled your toes for your falling. All I'm trying to say, I'm trying to be also now, it is not about Representative Gray. It's about people doing things that have the feel propensity to what? To undermine peace and also to carry on chaos and to orchestrate violence. What I'm talking about. It's not about on Gray. Our brother for food. I want the public, some of our callers not be very cautious, man. I want the public to be very cautious. Let politics tell our brethren. I mean, the student unification party. They should stop. They cannot irresponsible and they cannot unpatriotic, unnationalistic attitude or always coming people to where they are entitled to go or where they are entitled to associate or who to associate with. They should always stop to try attacking them for that. It will what orchestrated the violent one that whenever on grade. If the student unification party was not in the continuous habit, I mean in a hooliganistic habit to be mocking as good character, state leader. Look at what happened to the vice president. For God's sake, I'm a man. I'm a mother basically. My mother basically, not joke. I love my mother to the best. So when I see any mother or anybody mother being humiliated, I feel I'm sorry for my own mother. I feel like I happen to her. See what happened to the vice president that day? What the administration said? What the public did? The public today they are talking all kind of things. Like actually, they don't even have no sense.
But people have people are entitled to their opinions, right? Yeah, do that.
To conclude, I just want to say, let our brother from the student education party start enforcing our constitution. Article 13 of the Liberia Constitution give everybody the right, even you and the student, to go anywhere far in the country. No matter you are affiliated with Wia, you are affiliated with anybody. But we know where it's coming from. It's coming from the few and weak opposition. If you want to say President Wia, go to the ballot box. Go to the ballot box. Don't be highly biased to the community. So thank you very much. It's not about great and you can call back about the behavior like an orchestrate.
Thank you, Poker. Good evening.
Good evening, Jason.
Yeah, your name, where you called it from?
Good evening, Liberia. My name is O'Neill Johnson. Thomas German head. The veterans doing the.
You're breaking in. You kind of breaking in. Can you change your location and call me back?
Well, you.
I beg you, please call me back. You're breaking in. I'm not getting you. Good evening. Your name, where you called it from?
Thank you. My name is Emmanuel Cody, and this is Johnny from my district technique resident.
Okay, let's say my brother Emmanuel.
Thank you, I appreciate it. My issue is, I can't remember time when you get called back. To me, it's not important because I can't get this brother the whole campus that day where students are in class learning. So I can't get you are going to apologize to the students of the University of Liberia. Brother, it makes no sense because you're not the same. You go back. You go back on your own. It's the student of the University of Liberia. I can't get when and they drop that whole place. So most of the need to apologize to the people. And you apologize, you are wrong. They establish the whole place. No learning. People are put on last. So buying body whole year about general, it's not make no sense to me. So the general need to apologize to the people. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, good of Liberia.
I'm not really.
My name is O'Neill Johnson.
O'Neill Johnson, girl, coming back. Girl, change your location. I'm not getting you, please. O'Neill, you can call me back, please. You can coming back. You breaking in. Good evening.
Good evening.
Your name, where you called it from, sir?
Yeah, this is Total Dixon, second term.
Okay, let's hear you. Make your point.
Yeah, I really want to ask the government and people of Liberia the student-based political party or institution, SUP, what power invested in them by law to cause problems? You see, in this country here, we'll just be looking at it. It don't happen in other countries. So this particular student-based party here, they are acting too super than other people. Why it is true that Honorable Gray, when in the place in high regard the political constituency, he's supposed to act mature and behave in a proper manner to secure the peace. That is one. But they too, they have no power under the law to stop certain legislator for going to another place. So this kind of thing we need to go. For me, I'm listening to see what the Justice Ministry will say. This country should be a country of example. The country should be a country of experiment. This particular issue happened in 1984 under the region of Samuel Doe. It happened during the day of Mount Ellen in Charleston around here. So let us try to institute policy from the area. When you in a student political based era, that does not make you to be more super than governor of Israel. Where Kaki here is now auto A. Now let's respect government, now let's respect our peace. Where your right ends and another person will begin. So in a nutshell, please, we are listening, our ears and eyes are all up to see what the government will do. If it cannot be again, it will be another charity. Then we'll be encouraging other people. I will organize my own group. Tomorrow we'll go just start and carry on a whole lot of public disorder. And nothing will come from out of it. Tomorrow another man will come to and bring 5,000 men and destroy public order around here. We don't want this kind of thing. Go out the days of rebellion. Go out the days of insecurity around here. We'll have a government and let's make sure that the government will not be challenged. The government will be all the institute law and order here. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
You're nearly calling from?
Yeah, my name is Darius from State. I call from Sinker.
Okay, let's hear you, dear. Make your point.
Yeah, just to add to the many other callers, my dear brother.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I appreciate reconciliation is now a bad thing. That is what we really need right now in Liberia. There is no problem or solution. But in so doing, those two people, they are honorable people.
Mm-hmm.
They should have known better, because just in case, if any case or going to happen down there or going to life or going to be lost, the reconciliation couldn't help anything. So we pray that next time it will not occur. What happened will not happen again. And both of them should go and talk to the university students, because if you make a reconciliation, it can be one-sided. You have to reconcile with both parties, then the peace will win. But even if you reconcile with your colleague and the students and not reconcile with you, that's another problem.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So I wish that they both of them could do the honorable thing by going back to the university students and see reason that we pray that what happened will not happen again.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Again, this is Faso Kamara. Let me make my contribution for the temple-based activities.
Go on.
Urging the faculty senators of the University of Liberia-based campuses, let them please see reason not to suspend the student-based activities on campuses of the University of Liberia. But what they do, as my personal recommendation to the faculty senate of the University of Liberia is, let them sue Askar Moses Group to court. Let Askar Moses Group file a date in court. Then, because Liberia is a law-abiding country, so this may never act responsible as a lawmaker in way beyond, all the coming. So, a coming public to say you reconcile with Yeke Kolba is to be very impremature, is to be irresponsible as a lawmaker. Regarding I use our state power on the personal attachment based behaving, but they will find their consequences this coming election. Liberia people will discharge the best choice or the choices of the leaders to represent them in the House of Parliament at the executive level. We will decide. All of them need to vacate for our public seats. They don't deserve those positions. If they continue to be, the day we don't want to go to, they will irritate us, we will go astray, and we will say no to that. Violent never, but power ever. We will be there democratically, politically, constitutionally. They are incompetent. The incompetence will serve as a legacy to the children to come in the future. Thanks for my
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello, brother. How are you?
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. You. Where you calling from?
Hello.
I'm getting you. Go ahead. Where you calling from?
Thank you for the show. My name is Chuck Biggest. You from Canada.
You gotta
Thank you for
change your location. You're coming back. I'm not getting you. Change your location. You're coming back, please. Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah. Good evening.
How's the evening, Omen?
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. You. Where you calling from?
I'm Vanny Dafa calling from Banjo.
Okay. Make your point.
I just want to say a short thing. If you don't learn an easy way, you can learn a hard way. That message go to our brothers. Many a time, people always tell us, the politicians, the thing they're doing, like what you just mentioned, the people that have gone to where they can meet and discuss the money, I said they finish with the thing, right? We were fighting among ourselves here. If you follow somebody, follow the person for a good thing. He may enjoy himself. Here is family. Why should you go find your brother? If you check among the guys that did that thing on the campus there, one brother has chunk a rat that went to a own cousin and hit him, and then tomorrow you'll be saying that, my man, I don't know, but all I wanted, I finished doing it. Why should we continue going like this? If we check in the past, I believe one way or other, CDC compound, sometimes people went there and shoot. One old man can always call over radio crying that since then that bullet entered her son. The bullet stay inside him. They are not taking it off. And the woman continue crying. Even they beat her water away. The woman said she went and bought her boots and things because she still loves Joria. She's sweeping. She's doing this. She's doing that. The people keep listening. Why should you go do all that to go fight to destroy this, that? Yeah, the people now they go reconcile. Some of them lie in hospital. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. What's your name? Where you calling from?
How are you? Am I live?
Yeah, you live on Voice of Liberia. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much. I applaud you for the topic on the discussion. Quickly, before I get into the issue, consider about Yaga Kolba dialogue. Yaga Kolba dialogue for Moses Ascara Gray. I don't think it is highly complicated. You see, what happened here is that when Ella does something wrong, and even it happens more often, you find means where the interest lies there. You negotiate with that interest so that you can put the situation under control. So by Yaga Kolba hawking on a Moses Ascara Gray, I don't think it is something that it happened to go on wrong. I appreciate the idea. So it's a clear sign that Moses Ascara Gray want to find me to at least connect with Yaga Kolba so that they can be able to bring total peace. So I think for me, I appreciate the idea. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good evening. Where are you calling from?
Well, I'm calling from District 17. I'm Joe calling from District 17.
Okay, let's hear you.
You're talking about Yaga Kolba and Akala Gray making peace. Did they have force before? Or the thing that happened to the university? Because Akala Gray left before Yaga Kolba went. So they didn't exchange words. So the major problem here is that the politicians should move their mouth from the University of Liberia. As long as they are putting their interest between the parties, this thing will continue. School is school. University is university. The politicians should be out of university politics. But everyone wants to get started. Everyone wants to get started. So how you expect peace to come? That handshake they do is just a body handshake, but the heart are different. Do you mind the politician when they say I will shake hands? Immediately tomorrow, Honorable Gray do something, you hear a rock will blast. So that handshake, so they have to go back to the university and take up their hands from the body politic of the university. And the university president have to do something to really have policy that nobody can just go there and then do something like this. It's a disgrace to the university's faculties. So I see nothing that no big deal in it. Yaga Kolba, Moses Ascara Gray, why me? They didn't make force. They didn't make force. No. that the students hurt themselves for nothing. So let the politicians move their mind and more from the better politics of the university.
Okay.
That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. 0770-907-907-080-907-907. And you've been live on Voice of Liberia, 104.1 FM. Good evening. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Your name, where you called it from?
This is DJ Lomé calling from Kowa.
Okay, let's hear you, DK. Make your point.
Thank you very much for giving me the privilege and the time. Let me say this to the Liberian people. We all are Liberians. Let's get it in mind that God forbid, when something happens here again, you will not go to Ghana and they accept you. You will not go to Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone will know how Sierra Leone is hard. You can't go to Guinea. Guinea and military government already there. When you go to Ghana, Ghana will say the thing you pass through, you need that sense, and you can't go there for the second time, will not get place for you. All in all, somehow at that time we never had children. Today we got our children, we got our family, we able to run with them. It's better we talk everything in more. If somebody does bad to you, you say on the radio, than for you to go attack your friend or do something called for being war, come back to this country. We're not able to run. So it's better let the bazooka, the AK-47 be in our mouth. Tell your friend the truth. At the end of the day, they know what it did. If the person got conscious, they apologize or you apologize and it be finished. Let's stop this thing that will bring back the 1990, that will bring the memory of war. Liberia, it better we talk. This is the only place that we can be deported from. So I bless God that those people met today, they shake hands, and we'll continue to pray for peace in this country and peace will reveal in this country. Thank you for the platform, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. And that's why we continue to say peace have to be the hallmark of the day, and young people need to know that they got a project. The project is to make the future bright for this country and not to have themselves involved in violence and ultimate news as a tool to the violent eruption in the country. 0770-907-907-080-907-907. And these are the two numbers you call to be a part of this program this evening. This is Issues of Today. And my name is Gibson. I'd like to share your point. Following the chaotic scene on the 13th of March today, those who were involved or the opposing sizes were into this time. Hello?
Hello?
Good evening.
Yeah, you get me?
I'm getting you, Guire.
My name is
Let's say, my brother, make a point.
Thank you. Thank you so much tonight for your education. Yeah. I admire you tonight. It was not like last night. My brother, everything you said tonight, so true. You will see some people will say that integrity because of $20. And some people they will do it, even if somebody gives you $200 in that one, your integrity, even if that $1,000. How long you will use that $1,000 for? Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, how long you going to use that $1,000 for? You have to think about the power part of your country. Something that when you do today, you should prepare your tomorrow today. Now, if people supposed to be talking about, and the next thing is the release for the president of the University of Liberia. That thing, take it from me, it will bring a lot of noise again. Anything happening, the common way is supposed to do it. It's supposed to allow it to people. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Good evening. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name
and good evening to the peace-loving people of Liberia.
Okay, my brother.
My name is Opie O'Neill Johnson. I joined the conversation in the headquarters of the Veterans Bureau in the community's hearing.
Okay,
well, let me appreciate you for the fascinating topic on the discussion. While it is true, we all want to condemn the most recent action that was demonstrated at the campuses of the University of Liberia by Honorable Akaros Moses Gray, but equally so, we want to encourage those students to refrain from provoking government officials whenever they may attempt to visit the campus at any time. Right? They themselves too have their right to the campuses at any time as they wish, but students understand Liberia is each one of us can.
Yeah, my brother Johnson again coming back. I beg you. Good evening. Yeah, please go over my radio, please. I beg you. I'm getting the feedback.
My name is Ali Mohammed.
Go over the radio.
Yeah, I'm away from the radio.
Okay.
You hear me now?
Yeah, make your point, Chief.
Okay, thank you for the discussion. For what I want to really say, sometimes our self will address our own problem in this country because we not got no fast thinking about our country. They will have fast thinking, but not we going through what we are going through. Okay, now we went through all this war, and what was the problem of this war? Now the root part is that university. University is also bringing problem for war to come in this country. We're not learning and we're not learning. So the government have to stand, as the president has stand, to put things in place. Let it please stand and help us in this country. Because as your caller just said, some of us we have our children. When the war was fighting, we now have children. And we pass through the war, we suffer. We know what we pass up to present. We don't want our children to go through that process again. We pray and we pray to the government that God should please help this government. Let everything be under control. That we don't want to go through this kind of crisis. That our children will come again and suffer like we suffer. Some of us we didn't even go to school because of what? The war. So we don't want to break this government. Let the government put their feet down so that things will be right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. 0770-907-907, 0770-907-907, 0880-907-907. Some of you have been calling, but when you're calling, you're talking, we can't get you, you're breaking it. So probably you change your location a bit and you call us back. This person. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name, where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Franklin M. Polo. I'm calling from District 17.
Okay, let's say my brother make your point.
Yeah, actually, my point here is the honorable man did not do well for the University of Liberia. I mean, Moses and Carlos Gray. So the idea of going to Yeke Koluba for them to reconcile, I don't think that the necessary path. What Moses should do now is to be shaking hands with the university student leader in order for us to know that yes, he really want to reconcile. But reconciling with Yeke Koluba is not the right thing to do. Because he did not offend Yeke Koluba did not offend him. They two did not offend each other. It was the university he offended. He because of the action today, you can realize that the university is not working. The whole week gone messagely. So we are telling them that if they want to do their law thing, let them do it to their capital Benin. They must not go to the university and disturb the peace of the ordinary students who begging them. So if you want to reconcile, then you go to the university, reconcile with the students, and that of the president, appeal to the president and apologize to him that what I did to your institution, it was wrong instead of any other person. So that's what I wanted to say.
Okay,
thank you very much.
Thank you. 0770-907-907, this person. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
I'm okay, sir. Your name, where you called it from?
Yeah, I called from Joseph. I'm Samuel Johnson.
Okay, let's say Mr. Johnson.
Look, I don't think the way the topic today, I don't think is sometimes and go down with other people there. the two people they are not be any confusion. Then you say that the two people make peace.
Listen. On March 13, Greg went there with lots of young people where people got injured. Meaning later Yeke went there and Yeke said words against to Gray. They don't have to necessarily have or plan because the supers were for Yeke and not for Gray. So that's the commotion that happened. That's what we're telling you. We don't tell you say they may plow.
Okay, the topic here is that those that went there and the innocent people that got wounded for the incident.
So that's what we're telling you now. Do not follow politicians because they will get time to meet and they are friends as always. That's what we're telling you. Because the people.
Yeah, but what we are seeing is that the thing that happen in the country, you have to talk about it. Yeah, now people working, they talking about themselves. The kind of hunger that in the country you're seeing it clear. There is no money in the country. You don't talk about Yeke and Gray.
Okay.
All I did was say to go there to do if the small people to do one. Then why if I will get on the product and Liberia that going with them all full.
Thank
That's
you.
what they will be discussing now.
Thank you.
That's what you.
Good evening. Your name, where you calling from?
I'm calling from Satan.
Let's hear you, my brother, Aman.
Yeah, you see, those politicians, God will punish him. That man went to the World University, he made a children. So children are in politics. They go down there to learn their courses and do their courses so they can get their degree. At the end of the day, you took your selfish way, then you carry them. They were put a lot somewhere here in the situations. He made a school not even to function at the up to today. The school, nothing, you can't hear nothing good. You can't see people going to classes when they go passing around. You see? So those people, whether they reconcile, they reconcile, this country, they are taking this country to be fun. But because of we never had no work for people to be held responsible of their wrongdoing, our people go with impunity and do things, they feel that they are closer to the power that be. That one make them, they are so confused, they can do anything, they go away with impunity. And God will hold them responsible, they will pay for it. If power today, tomorrow, they are on a time will finish, the other people will take over. We need to get people to answer to what they are doing for today, so that tomorrow the generation will not even think on what they are seeing today. So that's my contribution. Greatness all will be held responsible. They should not just go and shake hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They should not worry. Just.
Good evening.
Hello?
Your name, where you calling from?
Yeah. Let me get this straight for color. Did create the problem or the soup like is the problem? Soup is the problem that in memorial. So nobody must just agree. We back agree 100%. The soup should apologize to whosoever the who are on that chapel, not great. Money areas were for avocado.
Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Your name, where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Moses David calling from the district number 5 in Makibi County.
Okay, let's hear you. Make a point.
Yeah, I appreciate you for the show this evening. And we are Liberians, and more especially Moses David, we condemn the act of the two honorable men. They want to say to our youth and our new upcoming generation, do not join someone because who that person is. They went at the university to learn to become who God wanted to be tomorrow. They don't go there because of John or Peter. They are in power and you're part of the camp. No politics as a whole is interest. We know that. But you must know how to use your interest. Do not be able to create problems for the ordinary Liberian. The things that we enjoy today, we suffer it. From the war up to the time God was able to redeem us from the war. And our people lost their life. The prophet got damaged. And today, thank God that God has answered our prayer. And a lot of Liberians, we are developing our country through the grace of God. So we will not support any kind of violence. We will not be able to sit down and agree with someone to say, we'll go and do violence that will carry our country backward. forgives us. Any other person that play evil against the nation, we know that the sword of God is against that person. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contributions as well. 0770907907 0770907907. We'll continue to speak on these kind of issues because they matter most. There are issues of national concern. We'll talk about them. We'll come on the radio. We'll speak on it. Because if we don't talk about it, yes, people will say, I don't know what other people will listen to you or whatever, but it is what it is. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name, where you call it from?
Yeah, this is Jacob. I'm calling you from Carriagesburg area in the Weddington Belt.
Okay, let's hear you, my brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. And I heard you talking about Gray and Yeke Koluba, and they shake hands and making peace. You know, sometimes we laugh and joke with serious situation in the country. You see what happening in Peru right now? 6 years, they changed 5 different presidents for constant violation of the law. And 3 of them right now, they are in jail. But when our own happen here, we laugh and joke about it because the people feel we're so illiterate. They say, what will come from inside? See the kind of grave violation of the president. Pay respect to the Constitution. He's talking about marriage and serving all and people who holding and appointing position should resign. After it was 1 year, so the president now has become the Constitution. These are issues that we're supposed to be discussing. Now I want to more great making peace with Yeko Koluba. What benefit it is to Liberian people? We got too many important issues, violation of the Constitution. We're not talking about it and talking about Gray who went and they respected. He dared the people. He said he was going to Campbell and he said he went for lunch. Why you didn't have lunch yet? How your wedding in Paris? Why you didn't have a reception yet? So I'm going to lunch you can go for. Thank you for the time, man.
Thank you. Good evening. Okay, this person. Good evening. This person from line 2. Good evening. Good evening. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Your name is
Thomas Doe. I'm speaking from Logan Town.
Let's say Thomas Minkepoint.
Yeah. Thanks for the program. I think we should call a spade a spade. Carlos Gray means Representative Gray was absolutely wrong. He acted too immature. As a leader, you should be able to read the situation. The time in which he decided to go have lunch, he couldn't go to any any restaurant. He acted too irresponsible, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Hello.
Thank you. This is call you from.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name, where you call it from?
My name is John. I'm calling a call from Florida, Broadville.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, well, the action of Honorable Carlos Gray was very, very unexpected, unacceptable, in the sense that he be an alumni of the University of Liberia, knowing student politics, where he already aware of Honorable Yeke be on the campus of the University of Liberia, going there with a kind of gangster group. I think it was very wrong. You should understand that power is not static. Look at the life of former President Charles Taylor, who became one of the most powerful men in West Africa. Where is he today? He's hanged behind bars. So you should understand that today he has the power. He can do whatever he chooses to do. But time will come, that power will leave him. So whatever he do, he should do it with conscience. That tomorrow when power shall leave him, he will have the face to meet other people who he marginalized while he had the power. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. 0770-907-907. 0880-907-907. These are the numbers to call this evening. On issues of today, we'll take at least 2 calls, then we'll wrap up this program. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing?
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Your name, where you called it from?
I'm calling from Broadview. I'm Jetty Boakai Connor.
Okay, let's hear you, brother Boakai.
You know, in this country, let me tell you, my brother in studio, we always hiding the truth. The truth is hidden in this modern dispensation. If the university campus belongs to anybody, is it somebody mother's land, or is it somebody mother's property or father's property? That no other person has the right to go there. Akagwe has the right to go for lunch anywhere he chooses. Yes. Does somebody have the right to stop him? Is it the university campus for cancer reason? The students go to school, those see people who don't go to the law and they pay their school fees, so they will oppose them. So people should stop saying these things, and people should be realistic, not because they are oppositions. We just have to be real in this country. We have to be real to ourselves. That is our education. It belongs to everybody. Akagwe has been a member, and he has been a student and graduated. He has the right, and we all have the right as Liberians to go there. Nobody can barricade that place for anybody. That's the right. It belongs to every one of us. So, yeah, there is a caveat to those particular students. They should start these kind of things. That is an environment for learning. They should not embarrass us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Your name, where you called from?
Okay, my name is Michel Lambert. I call from Tingo Village District 6, Masarara County.
I'll tell you, my brother.
Thank you very much for giving me the privilege. First of all, I would like to add my voice to many callers, but to disagree with them in some cases.
Just do that quickly. You are our last caller.
Okay. Our honorable behavior was very unbecoming in that he being an alumni of the University of Liberia, he understands the range and files of student politics in Liberia at the university, at the level of the university, knowing very well that he was conscientious that he should not go at the university campus, and then he forced his way to go there, knowing very well that they see the this one or student party, CDC party demonstration that went on. I call it. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one party or presentation that went on, and they have something to do with the student body. Since then, the government haven't come out to give any stand concerning that particular issue. Based on that, the students say, no, we don't want any lawmakers to come on this campus. Who is that in our favor? Knowing very well that he had been given that particular statement, and then he forced his way to go there. The particular launch that he said he was going for, is this the only area that he been having launch? Since he been elected as a lawmaker, is it on the university campus that he usually have lunch? Only because he wanted to provoke the student body to anger, to create chaos. So let us be real. And they have political students at the University of Liberia that practice politics on the Palawa Hut. That have been the usual activities for student body on the university campus. So you don't tell somebody say students should stop carrying on student politics on campus.
Thank you.
That is the usual behavior that has been practiced constantly at the university.
Thank you. That means squeeze in this person as our last caller. Hello, you are the very last caller for tonight. Let's hear you the name where you call from.
Thank you. My name is Eric J, and I call you from Banjo, District 17.
Let's hear you, my brother. Make your point.
Let me say thanks for having me on your show tonight. I want to speak to three group of people in this whole issue.
Yeah, you gotta do it quick. We gotta do it very quick. We gotta wrap up.
Okay, and the first person here is Honorable Gray. I think it is worthless calling him honorable. The fact that he has exhibited that action that does not resemble an honorable man. I don't know why they want to allow power to intoxicate them and making them to appear like they are not with wisdom. I think Honorable Gray was someone who was in the classroom teaching before becoming a lawmaker. So reaching at that level, there must be a level of wisdom and understanding and balance that you have when there are occurrences. The university campus is not a is not a place for eating. You got all restaurants around. Is there where he eats every day? So because you want to destabilize the learning, that's why you went there. I thought as an honorable man, you're supposed to intervene to stabilize the university to bring about peace amongst the students. But now you are going there with Zogos. So if you will be bringing Zogos on the university campus, then it means you are encouraging people about Zogo life because they are important in time of violence. You go to collect Zogos, you pay them. So that means you are not condemning the act of Zogo life. That's number one. Number two, the university faculty needs to have a regulation, need to have restriction. The time condemning student protesting, I don't think it will do us anything. What is regulation? If students stopping, those people should be.
Wow, I can't get you. Sorry, we have to go. We are not taking any calls, please. We appreciate everybody today for their important and their point made. Again, this is a country for all of us, country for you, Liberian, for all of us. So we have to get the country to where it should or supposed to be. As a Liberian, as Liberia, as our country, being 170 years plus, we have to do everything possible to make our country to be on par with other West African countries and to see the best of our country. And Liberia is all that we got. We have nowhere to go. You and myself cannot be deported from this place. It is only this place we can do everything. We shouldn't allow politicians to make us to go against each other. We shouldn't allow ourselves to create enemies for ourselves because the future is pregnant and we don't know what the future brings. I speak to you when I share. It's always good to be on the radio on the issues of today. And on behalf of the entire program department, my name is Gibson G and I sit in for the CEO, Secret Sheriff. I hope you have a pleasant Thursday night from Monrovia and have a good day. And thank you for joining the Voice of Liberia.